Todd, you and I have talked over the years. Great to have you. I want to know more about Scotsman Guide. Tell us what you do.
Sure. No, thanks for having me, Bob. It's of course going back almost a couple of decades now. So
that's right.
We've been in kind of the same space. Scotsman Guide is it's a lender marketplace where it involves. We have a couple of mortgage trade magazines. Many of you may already be familiar with us. We produce a residential and a commercial magazine. Our target demographic are commercial loan brokers, residential brokers in general. And we just produce a ton of lender listings and content in the magazine. And then we have the website, of course, which has our daily news. We do a lot of rankings on the residential side, and then we have the lender search marketplace. So the lender search.
I want to know about how you guys got started. But first of all, I'm old school, man. Show me the magazine. I want to see it.
You got it. Here, let me jump over here.
Oh, I want to. Do you have one handy?
Oh, I have one.
That's what there you go. That's what I want.
Yeah.
So that's what old school.
Yeah. So we have the two magazines. This is residential. It's commercial. So we sell the front cover of the magazine. Like it includes like a spread on pages 4 and 5. Tell
me when the magazine started.
So the magazine we actually began 30 years ago. We're celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. We brought on the commercial magazine back in 2000. So we bought it off a company of Property Sciences that was called C Loans. Some of you may be familiar. They used to have a magazine. And we always had like a small component of commercial lender listings on the residential side. And then one of the things we found was that a lot of these residential originators have commercial deals as well. So we started targeting the residential originators for their commercial deals, and then ended up picking up that other magazine and built out what you see today.
Todd, it's a great magazine. And you give that away for free, correct?
There is a charge for the magazine.
Okay.
But all the other components of Scotsman Guide are free of charge. So we have
go to their website, sign up for it. They have a lot of great stuff. They do. You guys do good work from that.
Yeah, I can show you. Here's the actual magazine itself. Can you see this all right?
Yeah, I love it. So technology.
There you go. Like as I mentioned, we sell the front cover, and then just kind of tabling through it. You're going to have. You have all your different departments, all the articles. We work with over 200 different authors annually. So if there's those here listening that have something they want to get off their chest, reach out and we can get you set up with our editorial staff. It's not a pay to play, so it's all based on the merit of the article, not how much you're spending with us or all that. And then of course so we have the lead articles and all this good stuff. Then you get into like the actual lender listings themselves. We have right now we have the four listings, the prime, so commercial, like your standard commercial, multifamily, private money, which is kind of your hard money, aka formerly known as, and then construction.
Well, let's start with C&I. That's where my audience overlaps with your audience. A lot of SBA lending goes into that.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell me, first of all, let's start at the top. I assume you see everything that everyone else sees. Tell me what areas you think are good lending niches that lenders can still participate in fairly, feeling fairly confident.
Well, I think you're seeing a lot of that with we're seeing like a lot of industrial. Retail, and some hospitality running through us have been like the three main and multifamily.
Let's break that down. Let's go with the hospitality. What's your opinion about hospitality lending in 2024?
Well, it's better than it was in the last couple of years. I think
that's true. It's true.
It's been a struggle. The struggle is real with that property type. Just with the with COVID and everything else, they took a major hit, and we're still seeing them trying to kind of they're still in recovery mode. But the number of people, using hospitality has gone up increasingly every year.
Geography. What areas do you like, and what areas are you not so happy with?
Well, I'm not really all that plugged in with the specific territories, but I know larger metropolitan areas are going to be, like obviously, your West Coast, the East Coast. That's what we've seen. I'm just looking at maybe traffic that we're getting through our lender search engines. So that's really what I'm basing a lot of this off of, is just the number of loan scenarios that are being run through our lender search.
Well, let me ask you this. We know increased interest rates obviously take a hit on the amount that they can borrow and the value of the property. We are not in a situation where we were a couple of years ago. We were all concerned about rising interest rates. I think the consensus is we are no longer in a rising interest rate environment, and rates are going to start tracking down. How do you see franchise brands, buyers and lenders reacting in that type of now a decreasing interest rate environment?
Well, I think you're going to see an increased activity. I mean, of course, you're one of the things that we're seeing, like, not I want to say a lot of, but more of, is people unable to get rid of the loans they have on their books, and they're not able to kind of continue to fund. That's one of the biggest challenges that we've seen, that the feedback that I've gotten from my clients, is just the inability to get things off their books so that they can continue to fund. So I've seen several companies just recently having to kind of cease operations, at least their funding operations, and then again, they're kind of coming back. What's happening? They're also becoming property owners. Where this is back, same as like the great financial crash. Where things just went sideways for a lot of people, and they ended up having to hold the property.
Highlight a couple of hospitality lenders that you're impressed with.
Offhand, I can't really think of any. There's some specific ones that I know of that only do hospitality, which would be like Atlas Hospitality Group. But
okay.
I'm not. I mean, I work with so many different lenders. The problem is that the breadth of all the lenders that I work with, I'm not really plugged in with each one of the individual property types.
That's fair enough. But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you see, over the next 12 months, do you see a contraction of hospitality lending, or do you see it increasing?
I think it'll be a slight increase.
Okay.
With when you pair that with lower rates, which we're all kind of waiting to kind of see happen. There's 8 meetings, there's 5 left. So or 2 left, and so they're going to be making cuts here. So everybody that I'm talking to is thinking Q3, Q4 is when things are going to start to pick back up, once everything gets kind of. I
think that's a nice overview. Hey, let's shift to construction. What do you track in construction, and what trends do you see that are important to my audience?
I don't. When it looks like the construction that's running through us, we still see a lot of multifamily.
Okay.
That's a primary product that we're seeing. A lot of apartment stuff it's still been real popular with us. And then you're also seeing, I mean, even just where I'm at, I'm over here in kind of like the suburbs of Seattle, and you see a lot of this mixed use going in. So mixed use is incredibly popular right now, along with of course the apartments and condo building.
Good. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear that. That's so that's still going strong. Traditional C&I, opinions about that?
I'm not as plugged in with a lot of the nitty gritty with the C&I, but I just know everybody's looking forward to the reduced rates and the changing environment coming up here in Q3, 4.
So you're bullish going forward.
Correct. Yes.
Good.
No, absolutely. I think that a lot of people have been in a holding pattern the last year plus. They've been kind of kicking the can as long as they can, and some things just kind of coming due that are going to have to be refinanced. But I think as the tail end of the year comes closer, we're going to see increased activity. I think they were saying 29% increase in commercial loans this year. Is that what the NBA put out there? Whether how accurate that is still debatable. But
tell me about the cool data that you guys have and cool stuff content you have.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And once again, I can kind of show some of that with
please.
My,
yeah, go ahead. I love it. Share your screen. Go do what you can do here.
Yeah. So we always have far forward property typecast. We have data. We work with Moody's and a few of these other, the news roundups, the spotlight. Something we always we kind of do little highlights within the magazine itself. And of course, all of our articles, they have a ton of great content in them as well. The data that we have is kind of what is interesting to other lenders is going to be, the lender listings themselves. You can see, it's kind of seeing what other people are lending and what they're offering.
Do me a favor, read off some of the lenders there. I'm having a hard time seeing them on your screen.
Yeah, sure.
Who do you got? Oh, perfect. There you go.
Yeah, Archway, Allied,
okay.
Atlas. There's a
Celtic Bank. There they are.
Yes, Bluer, Bridgecore, Celtic.
What's the circle with the check mark mean? Is that good or bad?
As proven direct lender. So what we do is everybody.
That's a good thing. All right.
Yeah, everybody that's listed with us has provided at least 2 closing statements showing that they're the lender of record.
Okay.
And so that is key for us. Anybody all the lenders that are listed with us are direct lenders. However, some of them have given us a bank is obviously a proven direct because they've given us. Some of them give us like bank statements and other forms that kind of gives them that enhancement. So Cressida, you'll see the Harvest small business. You can see a lot of the guys.
Go back to Harvest. What are you showing on? What does that line show? Just help me out there.
Yeah, so the line itself, so your loan limits, sorry about that. Yeah, so loan limits, you have the loan types and then property types.
Okay.
So here's where you'll have like all of your different
hospitality,
retail,
I love it. Medical, mixed use. Okay.
Yeah. And one of the things we're doing coming up here in the new year, or I'm sorry, in let's see, where's my new lender listings? We're rolling out new lender listings in excuse me, that was not supposed to go. We're doing our top mortgage lender ranking submission period right now. Yeah, no, so here here's the new lender listings are going to have office, retail, industrial, multifamily,
SBA loans. I see that.
And all these have SBA.
Yeah. Great.
So all these have the SBA as a product. So if there's lenders listening here, we should definitely talk. A lot of SBA runs through us. We do pull really well for that product. And then of course your lender directory. So you can see that it's more property type facing versus what we have now is more program type. So it's a big move for Scotsman. This is something that we've been wanting to do for a long time. Of course, the timing isn't great at the time of year, but we're making that move in June. So the last month that these listings, as you see them here, will appear in the magazine will be with our May edition.
Well, there's a lot of names I recognize: Ocean Capital, PMC, Poplar.
Yeah, Ocean Capital's got a new name. They're they just rebranded as Shoreham.
Right.
Shoreham, yeah. So they're dropping the OC name, which is crazy because they've had that for a long time.
Well, Todd, that's great. I appreciate you doing that. Yeah, go to their website. It's pretty cool.